What's up, Sum Hacker? Let's dive into our next simultaneous equation practice sum. So here we have something just a little bit different. I'm going to check out my two equations and I'm going to ask myself, which of these is simpler? And do you see that the second one here is actually going to be a lot easier to manipulate, and I can actually make y the subject of this formula pretty easily. So let's say we took y over to this side and we took the 6 over to that side. Do you see that we would have 3x minus 6 is equal to y? And all I'm going to do here is just rearrange this. So I'm going to say y is equal to 3x minus 6. And then I'm going to make that my first equation. And then I'm just going to make sure I label my other one as the second one. And then all you want to do is say put 1 into 2. So now wherever you have a y in this equation, you are going to substitute this inside. So your equation will look as follows: x squared minus 3x plus x times 3x minus 6 minus 3x minus 6 is equal to 22. All right, so let's do some simplification here. Multiply in our brackets. So here with this x, we're going to multiply in, and with this negative, we are going to multiply in. So we will have x squared minus 3x plus 3x squared minus 6x, and here we'll have minus 3x plus 6. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 22 over the equal sign, and so I'm going to have negative 22 and equals to 0. Right, now I'm in a position to simplify. So the first thing I'm going to look at are my x squared variables, and that's the same as saying 1 plus 3. That will give me 4x squared. Then I'm going to cross them out because I've worked with them. Then I'm going to look at my x's, and that's going to give me minus 12x, but I'm going to cross them out so I've worked with them. And then I'm just going to look at my whole numbers here, and that is going to give me minus 16 is equal to 0. Now, because these are all divisible by 4, I'm going to make my life easier and divide everything by 4 so that I can get my x squared alone. So I will be left with x squared minus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. Now it's super simple to factorize. I'm going to stick my two brackets in here and say equals to 0. I know I'm going to have x in the one, x in the other. I look at my signs. Because this is a negative, I know that each of these brackets needs to have a different sign in it. But then I look at the sign for b and I see that's negative. That tells me that the bigger factor of 4 needs to be negative. So I ask myself, what factors of 4 can give me an answer of negative 3 if multiplied out? And in this case, it's going to be 4 and 1. And then I'm going to make sure my bigger factor, which is 4, is going to have my negative in that bracket, and then the other one will have a positive. Remember, double check yourself simply by saying, is negative 4 plus 1 going to give you negative 3? And yes, it absolutely will. And then you ask yourself, is negative 4 times positive 1 going to give you negative 4? And it will. So now you know that whatever's in your bracket is indeed correct. So now we need to simply solve for x. So we can say x minus 4 is equal to 0, or x plus 1 is equal to 0. And then we say x is equal to 4 here, or x is equal to negative 1. And these are then your x answers. Now what we want to do is put our x values into equation number 1 over here. So it's going to look like this. X is equal to 4, x is equal to negative 1, and then I'm going to write my formula down really quickly. So y is equal to 3x minus 6, and y is equal to 3x minus 6. Now I'm simply going to plug in. So I'm going to say y is equal to 3 times 4 minus 6 on this side, and that is going to give me y is equal to 6. And then on this side, I'm going to say y is equal to 3 times negative 1 minus 6, and that'll give me y is equal to negative 9. And there you have it, Summer Hacker. Those are your answers. So well done. If you're still struggling with this, do not stress. Simply pause this video, rewind, and watch it again. I'm telling you, sometimes these require you to go over them 1 or 2 times to get it right, but then you're going to be good to go. But if you are ready to hop into the next practice sum, then go ahead, click the next video, and let's get stuck in.